I opened my email about 2 hours ago, and I got an email from Nintendo saying that they're going to be opening up the beta for the Mario Kart Tour game, which will be released exclusively on Android devices. Whew, it's a mouthful. How cool is this? We first heard about Mario Kart Tour about a year ago, early last year, I think, and totally forgot all about it. Haven't heard anything since. Get this email saying, hey, we're opening up a beta, but you have to apply to it. That's the catch, right? It's not open to everybody. They're only going to be taking applications and having limited users play this game. So it's Android specific this time. Before, Super Mario Run was on iOS exclusively for a couple of months before it was released to Android, but now they're doing the opposite. Mario Kart will be Android exclusive, which is really kind of cool. I want to know the data. I don't know if they'll release that kind of information, but how many users played and purchased Super Mario Run on iOS compared to how many will play and purchase Mario Kart Tour on Android. I don't know if the numbers are going to be any different. Honestly, I don't know why they don't just publish for both platforms day one, but whatever. This is new territory for Nintendo, so do what you want, Nintendo. But I'm really kind of excited about this. So if you guys are interested, you can go to their website. You can apply to be a part of the beta program. Application started 2 days ago, and they go till May 7th. So that's a 2-week window that you can apply. The only criteria is that you have to be in the US or Japan. You have to have an Android phone, a Gmail account linked to your Nintendo account, and that's it. So, very specific criteria to apply for this program. Kind of cool though. We haven't really seen anything about this. We don't know what to expect. I'm curious to see what kind of internet connection you're going to need to play this game, because you can't hardwire your cell phone into your modem. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how the online functionality is going to play. It's got to be pretty good. It's got to be pretty quick. I don't think that they're going to have 12 players in a match like they do on Mario Kart Deluxe, but who knows? Also, I want to know how the controls are going to work for this game, because a smartphone, I don't know if you guys have ever played a game that requires more than 2 inputs when you play a game. Like, the smartphone just loses it. It's already using a bunch of its processing power to even run the game, let alone accept more than 2 inputs at a time. Mario Kart requires way more than 2 inputs at any given time. You have to hit the gas, you have to steer, you have to hold down your drift so you can get the boost, and sometimes you're even holding an item behind you. That's 4 inputs at a single given moment in the game. I don't know how the smartphone is going to handle that kind of input, but we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. I mean, they wouldn't do this if they didn't have a solution for it. I'm excited for it. Mario Kart, in my mind, is one of the best couch co-op experiences on the market today. It has been for decades. And to see it come to the mobile platform is going to be pretty exciting. But let's talk about a little bit more than just Mario Kart Tour, okay? It's interesting that Nintendo is opening up some of their games to these smart devices, because these aren't Nintendo products. It's an open source platform where anyone can publish a game. So I'm really kind of curious to see if Nintendo is just testing the waters to see if more people will buy their games that don't have Nintendo consoles, or how many people are just going to buy these games on top of their home consoles that they already have. Regardless, I think it's smart. I think people will buy these games. They're fun for kids. They're fun to play when you're on the go. If you don't have your Switch, that's a little bit more convenient than your Switch, that's for sure. So it's going to be interesting. But I want to talk about the meat. Let's get down to the meat, okay? Nintendo is testing on these open source platforms with their games. I really want to see Nintendo do the same thing, except for PCs. Now think about that for a moment. It's an open source platform. I mean, you could create a Nintendo client, download it, and have a whole library of Nintendo games that you could purchase and play on your PC. In my mind, I think that would be so smart for Nintendo, for several reasons. First, I know several people that love a specific game on the Nintendo platform, either Animal Crossing, Zelda, Metroid, Mario, but they only like one of those games, and that's it. And they don't want to go out and spend $300 on a console to play one game, not to mention the $60 game on top of it. So they're spending roughly $400 for one game. They don't want that. A lot of these people already have a gaming console or a gaming PC. So I think that it would be very lucrative for Nintendo if they started publishing their games for PC. Wouldn't that be super cool? They could publish through Steam, or they could just create their own client where you can play these games. Because here's the thing. The reality is, if I could buy Zelda Breath of the Wild for my PC, I would do that. I would do it in a heartbeat because I would have a high-performing Zelda Breath of the Wild. That would be wild, right? And you could take it a step further. You could take it so you could save your data specifically to the cloud and then pick up your game on your Switch. That would be the ultimate experience. Now, I mean, that's just for me. That's from the point of that's from the perspective of someone who owns a Switch. I would buy it for the Switch and I would buy it for the PC. But there are people out there that won't buy a Nintendo console but want to play Zelda, that don't have a Nintendo console and aren't going to pick one up, so they lose out on that opportunity unless someone borrows their console, or they get one for Christmas or whatever. But it's just too often. I know several people that will only play one game from the Nintendo platform, but if they have the opportunity to play these games on their PC, I think Nintendo would open the door for a lot more sales for their games. Anyways, that's just my tangent. That's just a dream. That's something that I want Nintendo to start doing. We saw the Google Stadia announcement about a month ago where they're not going to be creating a gaming console. Everything is going to be based on their server, but we got another contender in this game, and they don't require a home console. You don't have to go drop $300, $400, $500 on a new console every couple of years to play the latest games. They will always be updated. They will continually have the best hardware without costing you anything, at least not that we know of. There might be an initial fee, there might be an annual fee, but right now, the rumors are that it's going to be free and you just pay for the games. All in all, it would be interesting to see if Nintendo started to tap into that market as well, the PC market. Those are my thoughts. What do you guys think? Are you guys excited for Mario Kart Tour? Do you think it's going to run well on a smart device? And more importantly, do you want to see Nintendo develop games for the PC? Let me know. Hit me up in the comments.